Every Sunday, somewhere in America, a family sits down to a plate of food. Gumbo, black-eyed peas, cornbread. In black homes and white homes, doesn't matter. In homes across the South that call it tradition, and they never once asked why. Nobody asked where it came from. Well, I went to Ghana and I found the answer. They say that travel heals and awakens the spirit. On my quests, I find and share stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things in interesting places. My name is Gibbs, and I travel for culture. You see everything on your grandma's Sunday table. It doesn't matter what your grandma looked like. It started right here, in these markets, in this soil. And the people who brought it across the ocean, they did not pack a suitcase. They were the cargo. Before I went to Ghana, I thought I understood soul food. You see, I grew up in the church. I played music every Sunday, and every Sunday after service, my grandma's table was about the same. Those collard greens, okra, rice, beans, cornbread, you know, typical soul food. And I thought that was Black American food, but it's not. It's West African food, carried 5,000 miles in the bodies and the memories of enslaved people who had nothing else to hold on to. The word gumbo, the word itself, comes from the Bantu word for okra, ki and gumbo. They brought the word and the plant. Your Sunday dinner has been speaking West African this entire time. I just didn't know it, and neither did the white family down the road. Let's talk about 3 ingredients. 3 foods so ordinary nobody thinks twice about them, but follow them back far enough and they take you straight to the door. Okra. In Ghana, it goes into soups, stews, sauces. It's cheap. It's everywhere. The enslaved people brought the seeds literally in their hair, in small cloth bundles they were sometimes allowed to keep. You see, in Louisiana, it became gumbo. In South Carolina, okra soup. In the Caribbean, callaloo. The colonizer took everything else, but they could not take the seeds. Black-eyed peas. In Ghana, they're in wache. In red, cooked with palm oil and plantain. In America, they became Hoppin' John, the New Year's dish that's supposed to bring good luck. Now, good luck, think about that. The people who cooked that dish for centuries didn't need luck. They needed freedom. But the food survived anyway. Every New Year's Day, African Americans eat a West African dish and call it a Southern tradition. And white Southern families serve the same dish at the same table and call it their tradition. Same plate, same Ghana, but nobody knows. This was the moment that the light came on. Sitting down to eat fufu, pounded cassava, yam, eating with my hands, mixing the starch with the soup, making the perfect bite, or more like the perfect swallow. You see, it's the technique and the patience in the communal bowl that matters. And when they got to America, there was no cassava, no yam. The enslaver gave them corn. So they adapted, made cornbread, corn mush, grits, different grain, same hands, same technique. The food changed, but the knowledge did not. And that knowledge didn't stay in black kitchens. it went everywhere.
Fufu was very filling. You know, they pound it down the dough to make it really soft and pliable.
Now here's the part that nobody wants to say out loud. The food didn't just shape black kitchens, it shaped white ones too. The enslaved cook standing in the southern plantation kitchen wasn't cooking for black families, she was cooking for everyone. The enslaver's wife, the enslaver's children, the guest who came for Sunday supper. For 200 years, the person making the food in white southern homes was a black woman from West Africa or a descendant from one. Those families ate her food every single day, and we call it Southern cooking. Let's think about that for a minute. The food gets called Southern tradition. The cookbooks say family recipe, but they never mention who was in the kitchen. The Virginia Housewife, 1824, it was one of the first American cookbooks, full of gumbo, okra stew, black-eyed peas, and the author was a white woman. But the cook who taught her, never mentioned. But the food, it was all West African. It all traces back to Ghana. And this is how culture actually moves. Not through textbooks, not through museums, but through the kitchen. The enslaved people brought the seeds, the technique, and the knowledge of what to do with a handful of okra and a pot of water and nothing else. And the people who enslaved them ate the food, raised their children on it, passed it down as their own. That's not influence, that's erasure. The food survived, but the credit did not. And 300 years later, black grandmothers and white grandmothers across the American South are now cooking from the same source. And neither one of them was ever told. And here's the part that gets me. The same market logic that exists in Accra today, the Kayayei, which are the women carrying loads for pennies, the survival economics, that's the system that existed 300 years ago. The colonizer took the people from the market and put them in a different market. Same commodity, different continent. I stood inside Cape Coast Castle in the male dungeon. 700 men held in a space smaller than a high school gymnasium. No light, no sanitation, just waiting. The enslaved people who passed through that door, they were not just people. They were farmers, cooks, market women who knew exactly which leaf reduced fever, which root made the soup thick, which seed could be ground into flour. They carried that knowledge through the door of no return. And on the other side, in Louisiana and South Carolina, in the Caribbean, that knowledge kept people alive. But not just alive, but fed. Fed an entire nation that did not want to give them credit for it. The palm oil that gives Louisiana red beans its richness, West Africa. The sesame seeds in South Carolina Gullah Benet wafers, West Africa. The watermelon at every American summer cookout, brought from West Africa on a slave ship. I've been eating da diaspora my entire life, and so has every white family who thinks they invented Southern food. This is palm wine, tapped fresh from the tree at dawn, fermented by the afternoon. In West Africa, it's been the social drink for centuries. In America, they made corn liquor, moonshine. You know what your granddaddy did. The same spirit, literally and figuratively. The knowledge of fermentation crossed the oceans too, and ended up in the hands of people who never knew where they learned it from. There's a carved tree that I found in Accra. A craftsman carved the entire story of struggle into the wood. Every branch, a hardship. Every root, a survival. He called it Life is Not Easy. Now that's food for the soul. It's not comfort food because it tastes good. It's comfort food because it survived. Because the worst conditions imaginable are what the people went through, and they turned that into a cuisine. That's the most human thing that I've ever seen. So when you sit down to your grandmother's Sunday dinner this Sunday, the okra, the black-eyed peas, the cornbread, you're not just eating food. You are eating 400 years of memory. You're eating Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal. You're eating the Middle Passage, and you're eating survival. It doesn't matter if your grandmother was black or white. It doesn't matter if she called it soul food or Southern cooking. And it even doesn't matter if she has a recipe card or she just knew what to do with her hands. Somewhere in that dish, somewhere in that kitchen, there was a black woman who knew exactly what to do with okra. She learned it from her mother, who learned it from her mother, who was born in Ghana. The next time someone asks you where soul food came from, you tell them. It came from West African farmers who were stolen from markets that look exactly like this one. It came from women who hid seeds in their hair because they knew that knowledge was power. It came from cooks who adapted everything they knew to survive in a country that did not want them. And it spread quietly through kitchens and back doors and recipe cards into every corner of American food culture. Your grandma's Sunday dinner, it started in Ghana. This is what you need to know. If this documentary changed how you think about your dinner table, please share it. Every person you know has eaten this food. Most of them don't even know the story. Now they can. I've been sitting on this Ghana footage for a while now, and I realized there were stories in it that I had not yet told. So if this is your first time here, I'm Gibbs. This channel is about real stories behind the travel, not hotel reviews and not Instagram moments. So hit subscribe and the notification bell if that's what you're looking for, because we are just getting started.